As a photo booth business, we need to make sure we get paid. Now, I know this seems painfully obvious, but believe it or not, you will encounter clients that see the rules you have in place and do their best to get around them. And the moment you start bending your rules for these clients, you will quickly remember exactly why you put these in place to begin with. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you how I make sure I get paid in a timely manner, as well as a couple stories that I had to learn from the hard way. But before we get into it, I'm Event Rentals with Aaron, and I'll be posting regularly about the journey of building my photo booth and event rental business, how-to tutorials, and everything in between. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share this video with a friend. Now, let's get into it. So as I mentioned in the intro, we need to be compensated for our services. And the way we do that is by having rules and processes in place that we do not deviate from, and we do not bend these rules. Because the moment you do, that's when the headaches start. That's when you risk getting paid late or even not getting paid at all. And that is something we definitely want to avoid. So here's what I do to make sure that I get paid in a timely manner. So the first thing I do is if a client wants to book a date with me, I require a 50% non-refundable deposit that goes towards the booking. Now, the reason why I do this is because it puts a commitment on the client's end to actually follow through with the booking, because now they have something to lose. Because let's say I did something like made the deposit fully refundable, or I didn't take a deposit at all. You know what ends up happening? They could potentially cancel the day before the event, even day of the event. And who ultimately loses? It is me, because I just held that date for them for however long, and I could have booked someone else in that time slot. This actually happened to me this past summer. It was a long weekend and it was Saturday. And unfortunately, the clients had to cancel the booking. Thank goodness I took a deposit, because I was unfortunately not able to fill the date because of how soon it was to the actual date that they canceled. This type of stuff hurts, because for the last 2 months, I said no to so many people who wanted to book that date because they got to it first. So thank goodness I put a deposit, because that honestly saved me. Now, the second thing I do is I collect the remaining balance 2 weeks before the event date. Now, the reason why I do this is it is easier for everyone. It's easier for me and it's easier for the client. I used to collect the remaining balance a couple days beforehand or even a day beforehand. And typically the person who booked me is so busy with the actual event and everything that goes into throwing something, whether it's a wedding or a birthday, that I unfortunately get lost in the shuffle. And it puts me in this weird limbo where I'm like, where's my money? So asking for 2 weeks beforehand, I find, is a sweet spot where they have the capacity to remember, oh, I need to do this, and I've had no problems receiving payment. Now, I would say 9 out of 10 clients are comfortable with this arrangement, 50% deposit on booking and the remaining 50% 2 weeks before the event date. However, there will be on occasion that I run into a client that doesn't want to pay the remaining 50% 2 weeks beforehand. So a compromise I'm okay with, as long as we talk it out and I get context to why they don't want to do that, is remaining payment due upon arrival before setup. That's something I'm okay with, because at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid before I even do the event. And that is all that matters. I'm someone who doesn't want to send an invoice 2 weeks later, because the moment that happens, I have only ever had to wait much longer than I've had to. But ever since I started this business, I've had such a variety and wide array of clients, from the couples that book me for their weddings to those organizations worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I've done booths for all kinds of people. So with that being said, this is what I find works best for me and helps eliminate the issue of getting paid late. Now, the one thing where you might have to get paid late and be patient is when you work with large organizations, because they have a whole process and accounting team that they need to send the invoice to. So unfortunately, the hands are kind of tied there, and you just gotta hope for the best. Today, all that matters is we provide a quality service and product for our clients, and we get compensated for those services. So with that being said, that's the video. I'm Event Rentals with Aaron. I'll be posting regularly. Do you agree with this? What do you do for your photo booth business? I would love to hear more about what everyone thinks about what I do. I want to hear about your processes. Maybe you have different dates. Maybe you have different terms. Maybe you have different wording. I'll be so interested to hear what everyone has to say. So comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.